Hello, Internet, and welcome to my live reaction for Eden Zero, Chapter 93. When we last left our heroes, Witch and Homura finished off Laguna and Sylph, wrapping up the Element 4 fights. They were just kind of, they ended. They weren't all-time great moments, but they were perfectly fine. Meanwhile, back in Drakken's stronghold, the team pieced together that Drakken is running out of time for however he's keeping himself alive all these years. And that's why he needs Cat Leaper. And just then, Lobelia revealed herself to not actually be Lobelia, but instead to be Amira, I think her name was, from the Digitalis arc, the secret agent. So yeah, let's jump into Chapter 93, the Execution Site. And this time we get a character file on Witch, whose full name is Witch Regret. Our powers are her Shield Ether, likes Eden 0, dislikes Intruders, Attack 4 stars, Defense 5 stars, Marksmanship 3, Ether Power 5, Intelligence 4, Dog Impersonation 1. I don't know what that was about. One of the Demon King's 4 shining stars, a sorceress-type android, also known as the Shield of Edens. She normally keeps her face covered and is very kind and gentle, but when someone threatens the Eden Zero, she can be cold and ruthless. What's up with that last name, though? Did Ziggy give her the name Regret? What does that mean? I don't know, but I feel like there's something to that. Anyway, we open with, where we left off with the Amira reveal. Alright, I'll help you out. And none of them, by the way, met Amira last time. So Rebecca's freaking out. Lobelia? What's wrong with her? Her face! And Happy jumps up. I'm scared! And Pino is still very calm. Facial recognition failed. Detecting change in mass. Yeah, we see her body changes form. Long time no see. And everyone just looks at her confused. Like, what even? Oh, right. Homer is the only one who knows me. And then she goes to, mess with her face again. And she becomes the male Homura from Digitalis. Does this ring any bells? And everyone's all of a sudden puts the pieces together as to who this is. Ah! Fake Homura? What are you doing here? And Rebecca goes at her. Where's Lobelia? What happened to the real Lobelia? Now, calm down, everyone. And Amira goes back to her real self. The fact that I've shown you my face means, I trust you? So I think I'd appreciate it if you trusted me back. I'll even explain everything, okay? I don't remember her having that kind of, cliche Valley Girl speaking style. I don't know. Shiki still, grits his teeth at her. I'm Amira, and I'm on a certain mission that has me going after Drakken. Everything that happened on Digitalis was part of that mission. But you tricked us! It wasn't personal. I just needed to get into Digitalis. Besides, I wouldn't have killed you unless you outed me. So you would kill us if we did out you? And Amira kind of shrugs. Well, part of the job, see? Rebecca looks at her. Where's Lobelia? She's safe. I infiltrated the ship as a dancing girl at one of the clubs. I used that club as my base for collecting information. Then about a week ago, a girl named Lobelia was brought to the ship as a prisoner. I figured it was my chance to go deeper, so I rescued her and took her place. What? But does that quite explain, I don't know, if Amira did this a week ago, that doesn't really explain the discrepancies between the Lobelias that Rebecca saw. How in World 29, Rebecca was all beat up, and now in World 30, she was or Amira was all beat up in 29. In World 30, she was, practically, or was the other way around. In World 29, she was not beat up, and in World 30, she was. Whichever one it was. It doesn't add up. You know what I mean? Anyway, Wise looks at her. What? I did have to undergo torture training for this line of work after all. And believe it or not, I'm actually very nice. I outlined the situation for Lobelia and sent her to the club to hide. I banned her from the net and social media until my mission was over. We see Lobelia just hiding behind some crates, shivering. One moment. And just then, someone, like, opens she's at the club where Homura was fighting. Lobelia sees the curtain open. Eek! Yeah, it's Homura who looks down at her. And Homura says to her, "After what became of my kimono, I came in search of a place where I might change garments. But then I sensed a human presence. I suppose you failed to escape?" Lobelia snaps at her. What is going on here? First I get captured, then someone rescues me, but she's all, "You can't come out of hiding." And Homura, like, is shocked to... puts the pieces together from what Lobelia is saying. Are you perchance Lobelia? Ugh, I hate this. Fine, but an autograph will cost you 100,000 glee. And remember, if anyone finds out I'm here, and Homura calms her down, then perhaps you'd best stop shouting. Is glee? I don't think we've heard that term before. I guess just, like, the money in Eden Zero. Though, maybe it's just the money on Belial Gore? Maybe? I don't know. Anyway. Homura thinks to herself, but what would Lobelia be doing here? According to Rebecca's memories, she was being held captive in Drakken's building. I'm back with Amira, and then I became the prisoner myself. And Wise looks at her, you took some serious risks. Well, you know, like they say, Drakken doesn't kill people. And honestly, I figured it was my best chance to get close to him. Because if I can just get close to him, I can use my mirror face ability to change myself into Drakken. I can't copy people's abilities, but I can gain their memories. And their thoughts. Which would explain how she, as we saw during Digitalis, made the Homura face that Homura would have made had she played as a man in that world. Anyway. So Sabir asks her, so you're saying you want Drakken's memories? Specifically his weakness. My mission was to find it and bring it back to my organization. And Shiki asks her, organization? And she just, like, ignores that. Let's table that question for now. Thanks to all of you, I know how to defeat Drakken. I could just go back now, but since you're talking about beating him, I kinda wanted to hop on the bandwagon. Shiki just glares at her. Well, you really don't trust me. Okay, listen. I'm really sorry about last time. I only tricked you because I had to for my mission. Let's start over. Better. Let's be friends. And Shiki, hearing friends, immediately turns around. Friends? Okay, I trust you. Rebecca and Wise, hey! And Amira grins. Homura's memories told me that one had a weakness for the word friend. And Pino walks up to her. You mentioned that you know how to defeat him? And Amira stands up. First, can you show me the way to this life support device? And Sabir also stands up, kind of shocked they're actually going through with this. Do you seriously intend to fight Drakken? And with Moskoy all of a sudden, he's standing all placid for a moment, and then he, turns over to the side. Moskoy! Oh, and it's like his leg is, like, caught in some kind of goo. Wise is caught as well. What's this? The ground is... We're sinking! Everyone is all in here, too. What is this stuff? And Pino, analyzing components. It's a type of tar. And someone... Oh, it's Drakken. Gleatar. I changed the floor into Gleatar. Yeah, that's the alchemist ability. Drakken Joe! And yeah, he's standing on top of it, looking down at them. Him? And Wise glares up at him. Sabir kind of freaks out. Eek! How do you find us? How could I not find you with all this ether in one place? And Rebecca is just, like, shoved back into the flashbacks of Shiki's death. And given what I've talked about in the past, about how certain events seem kind of, like, preordained, specifically with Wise losing his arm, perhaps Shiki's death is one of those fixed points, to borrow a Doctor Who term. And Rebecca's, like, kind of shaking as she looks around, you know, thinking that has to be coming. I'd rather dispose of you all right here, but I don't have the time. So I'll just be taking her. And he comes over to Rebecca, of course. Now that Cat Leaper is active, he can steal it. No, you stay away from Rebecca. And he breaks free of the tar, I think, maybe? It looks like Shiki's in control here. It's clearly the center of the panel here. But it looks like the tar explodes, maybe? Whatever happens, Drakken is clearly shocked. Oh, he must have, if he used his gravity, he made the tar fly upwards, of course. What the tar, it fell! That's, Sabir there. Gravity! Amira puts the pieces together. That's my master! And Y just freaks out. You muttonhead! Now we're all gonna fall to the lower floor! Or maybe, I'm not entirely sure what exactly... Did he break the floor, maybe? Is that what happened? I'm not entirely sure, like, what Wise is saying, it seems like they're just falling straight down with, like, normal gravity. But, because he says the lower floor there. It makes me think going, down. I don't know. Anyway, as the rest of the group falls, Shiki calls out, "You take care of Rebecca!" And then he turns to Drakken. "I'll take care of him." Shiki, no! And then, Shiki grabs Rebecca's hand. "There's nothing to be scared of. Your friends are all right here." Well, I mean, they were last time, but Rebecca pauses and looks at him, kind of blushes. "Shiki!" And Shiki runs off to go tackle Drakken. "I won't let you anywhere near Rebecca!" Rah! And he slams him through the ground. They go, like, flying through several floors of the fortress. Flying up, I think, is what it looks like to... Oh, no, I think they are going down. Yeah, because they start out on the top, so now they're falling down. Little brat. I don't have time. And he activates his ether gear to babysit. And the two of them separate at, like, a lower floor of the fortress. They both land on the ground. And Shiki looks around. Where are we? The execution site. I'm guessing this is where I killed you in the last world, too. Oh, they're there. They're at the alleyway where Shiki died. Well, in this world, I'm going to make sure no one makes Rebecca cry. And that's the end of the chapter. Once again, continuing my theory on certain events being preordained in every timeline. Like we saw with Wise's hand. We also see here with Shiki and Drakken still having their final confrontation in this alleyway. Whether that results in Shiki's death, Drakken's defeat, and or death, we'll see. But yeah, it's not looking good for Shiki unless they can find some way to undo the fixed point. But yeah, it looks like we are moving into the end of the arc with Drakken versus Shiki now. I imagine I don't imagine Shiki can win on his own. I imagine he'll have some help. Maybe from the 4 Starshines. Now that they're done with their fight, they can come in and help with this. Like they're all still none of them are really beat up too bad from the Element 4. So they're probably still going to be able to help against Drakken, and then maybe Wise and Rebecca, and probably Amira as well, given that she just kind of showed up here. It'd be really weird if Amira did not have anything else to do for this arc. But yeah, the chapter was a lot of fun. This is the best chapter we've had probably since the end of World 29. Yeah, I'd say so. But yeah, we have, Amira explaining herself to the rest of the Even Zero crew, and, like, they're kind of, distrust of Amira thanks to what happened in Digitalis. I had a little bit of Lobelia with Homura. So, interestingly enough, I'm kind of curious on what the GIA's deal is, because it's clearly, like, its very existence seems to be underground enough that Amira kind of deflects once Shiki asks her about the organization she works for. So I'm curious about their kind of internal workings. I imagine we'll get more info on that at a later date. I can't imagine that's been brought up just to be like, never brought up again. And then, yeah, after that, Drakken shows up and the chapter moves into high gear. Everyone else kind of separates from Shiki, and Shiki leaves to fight Drakken on his own. I can't imagine it will stay that way. I can't imagine everyone will just kind of be off to the side while Shiki wraps up the arc right here, right now. It doesn't quite seem like it's time for that. Like, as the chapter was building up, I was kind of hoping for, like, kind of the vibe of the fight with Hades in Fairy Tail, the whole like everyone against the one opponent that fight brought out. And maybe we'll still get that. Maybe that will still come up later on in the Drakken fight. But for now, it's Shiki and Drakken alone. We'll have to wait another week to find out how that goes. So I'm going to leave this video off here. Hope you all enjoyed the chapter and the video itself. If you did, please drop me a like or subscribe. You know, do whatever makes you happy, you know? And remember, your life is your own, okay? Bye!